Hello, welcome back to my channel. Finally. It has been a year. Actually, it was a year back in April. It has been a year since I have posted on YouTube. I was going down this long journey, of course, of building up my YouTube, and life happened. I have to just catch you guys up on everything that has happened this past year. Oop, just a little net. I don't know if y'all saw that. But yeah, a lot has changed. Honestly, I don't even know where to start. First, I do want to say please like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit that yellow bell for notifications every time I post something new. We are gonna try this again. It's a fresh start. So let's jump in. It has been crazy. First, I do want to say that I had this whole plan, right, for this video to do just like a face mask and a chat of just talking to you guys while putting on a face mask, just catching you guys up. And my life event won't let me be great. So first, I do want to start off by saying that I had a baby. I had a baby. He's actually in my arms because when I was setting everything up, I was almost done, like trying to check the camera and the lighting and things like that. And he started screaming at the top of his lungs. So I had to pick him up and he's asleep. And, oh, I hit the table. I don't think he's going to let me be great. So I'm probably just going to have to sit here and hold him while I do this video. But yeah, that's the first thing that happened. I will definitely do a story time. This is my son. He's like, let me sleep. Let me sleep. I wanted to just talk about it all, honestly, and I think I might just do it in another video just to even tell my birth story. No, I want to talk about my pregnancy, my birth story, how I found out I was pregnant, which I think I might just go ahead and talk about since I'm not doing the face mask like I wanted to, but that's okay. But yeah, I had a baby. I had him in March 31st of 2022. So he's 2 months. I literally just had him. And I have just been trying to honestly juggle with becoming a new mom and just trying to learn how to be a parent. Also, I'm not editing any of this, by the way, so y'all just gonna see me swatting and everything. But also, my boyfriend is no longer my boyfriend. He is my husband. So I also got married. I don't have my ring on right now because I actually don't wear it during the day, and I work from home, so I honestly don't even put it on unless I'm going somewhere, because my ring is my ring now, but it was his mother's ring, and so I cherish it with all of my heart. So I don't wear it if I don't have to, just because I just don't want to, I don't know, like mess it up or like lose it. I don't know. So I do have a silicone ring. I do normally wear that one if I'm not wearing my ring, but I've been home all day, and I actually just picked him up from his childcare. So, and I came back to do this. So, yeah. But yeah, so I am married now. I got married in January 22nd of 2022. So this past January, I got married. I got engaged last year in July. So, I think the last video I posted was an Aveda video, and I think that might have been in like April. So yeah, it's been a year since I've posted, and like I said, a lot has happened since that last video. He's like, leave me alone. Okay, all right. You know what's funny is I put him in his bassinet when we got home because he fell asleep in his car seat on the way home, and I was like, okay, he's gonna be asleep, I can do this video. And he just does not let me be great. The moment I started trying to set up everything and check the mic and all of that stuff, he just started screaming. So the good thing is he did start screaming like right when I was done setting everything up. So I was able to just pick him up and start the video. So, but yeah, so I guess I might as well tell you guys at least how I found out I was pregnant. Just because, again, I'm not doing the face mask right now because my hands are occupied, and that's another thing I'm learning as a mommy is to multitask, and I have become amazing at it. I literally have to hold him like this when I eat, so I'm holding him in one hand and like eating with the other. So very, very interesting. So I guess how I found out I was pregnant. It's, I don't even know where to start. Okay, so to give, I guess, content of where my mind was. So to this day, I like to say that it was God that made me take a pregnancy test. And I say that because the last weekend of July, my mother and I actually went out of town for one of her friends' weddings in Florida. And so I had took a pregnancy test before I left with my mother. I took a test because I just wanted to be able to, drink if I wanted to drink, have some wine or, just whatever while we were gone. And of course I'm in a committed relationship, and so I do what I do. So I was like, well, I'm gonna just take a test just, to make sure that, I'm not pregnant or anything. And I took the test and it was negative. So I was like, okay, I'm straight, for Florida, right? So we go to Florida, and I'm not gonna say I wilded out or anything like that, but I definitely had a couple of fruity drinks here and there, a little shot here and there. It was Florida, okay? It was Orlando, Florida. So I wanted to enjoy my vacation. So we went through the weekend, had a nice weekend. The wedding was beautiful. Got back home, okay? So I got back home. At this time, I was a manager at Rue 21, which is a clothing store for all who, if you don't have a Rue 21 where you're at, it's a clothing store. Not Forever 21, Rue 21. A lot of times I tell people Rue 21 and they're like, Forever 21? No, they're actually two different stores. But I was a manager at Rue 21. So this one particular day, it just felt like the whole day was trash. I went to work, and for some reason, I think it was just a bad day. Like, my workers weren't necessarily bad, but I don't know. I think I maybe had maybe 2 people call off. I can't really remember that day at work. I just remember that it was a day where it was just not a good day. And I don't know if I had gotten into it with my boss, but the day at work just wasn't a good day. And I think I might not have felt well, if I'm not mistaken, because I do know I did leave work that day because it was just a lot going on. I was over it. So I do remember leaving work early that day. Now, 2 separate times of the day, I had, for whatever reason, I don't even know what it was about. I think it was over something really small, but I had gotten into it. I was trying to set my chair up as far as I can, but I think it was already up. This is a freaking shame. I really want to put him down, and I don't think he's going to let me. So, whatever. We're just going to continue. But I had gotten into it with my mother over, like I said, honestly, it was probably something super duper small and petty, but we had butted heads that day. I had gotten into it with my fiance because he was already my fiance at the time. We had gotten to an argument. I don't like to say argument because we really don't argue, honestly, but we butted heads over something small, right? So that night, honestly, I say it was God because I really didn't have a reason to take a pregnancy test, right? So let me tell you, this was a week after we came home. Or that week we came home. It was that Monday, that Tuesday I went to work because I had took off that Monday because my mom and I came home on Monday. So that Tuesday, literally that next Tuesday. So I had just taken a pregnancy test, I think a night or 2 before my mom and I went on the trip. So I literally had just taken a pregnancy test. It was negative. So I really did not have a reason to take another test. But for some reason, which was probably the Holy Spirit, if you know anything about the Holy Ghost, he'll keep you. And it was just, I was in the bathroom, and for some reason, I just had a feeling, and I was like, I saw it, and I was like, I'm just gonna take this test. I have one more. Like, I really don't know to this day why I ended up taking the test, because I really didn't have a need to take the test. Also, for full like content over this whole situation, before I move on, I have irregular periods. I don't have a period like every month, basically, and I have this condition called PCOS, which will be another video I'll go into. Long story short, it's called polycystic ovarian syndrome. And then long story short, it makes it hard to have kids, right? So I really didn't think like I was pregnant, because I just hadn't gotten pregnant, and I was having a hard time getting pregnant because I wasn't like ovulating and stuff like that the way like a normal woman body would. So that's just the full content. And so the only reason why I took the pregnancy test before we left to the trip, like I said, is just to be safe, because I really wanted to be able to drink freely and do what I wanted, freely. So yeah, I really think it was God. I took the test. I looked, and I was like, I'm just gonna take the test. I don't know why. I expected it to be negative. I truly expected it to be negative. And also, it was a dollar store one. So I did normally have like the clear blues and the first responses on deck, but for some reason I had found like a dollar store one. So they work just as good, by the way. So don't spend all your money on all them expensive ones. They work just as good. So yeah, I had the small little dollar store one, and that's the one that I took. And so my fiance did not know that I was taking this test. I literally took it on the whim in the bathroom. Like, I went to the bathroom just to pee like normal, and I was like, let me just take this. So he didn't even know. Okay. So I sat in the bathroom. After the 3 minutes, I looked at it, and there was 2 lines. And I was like, honestly, I don't even know what ran through my mind. I think I just kind of stared at it because I wasn't sure that I was seeing what I saw. I immediately, got myself together, threw some clothes on. I was kind of just like moving around the house, like putting my clothes on and grabbing stuff. And at the time, my fiance, of course, not my husband, but my husband, he was like, are you okay? Because I just started like moving out of nowhere. Excuse me. I promise I don't have COVID. I'm talking, and so I'm generating a lot of saliva, and it just kind of started sliding down my throat before I actively swallowed. So I need to slow down. I don't know why I'm talking so quick, but sorry, keep up. So my husband, he was just like, are you okay? Are you good? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna run to my mom's real quick. Full disclosure, my mom literally lives, if that, 3 minutes away from me up the street. Like, I don't even know if it's a full 3 minutes, but she lives right up the street from us. So it's normal for me to go to her house because I'm literally at my mom's house every day. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna run to my mom's real quick. I don't know if I ended up saying she needed me or something like that, but I think I was like, I'm just gonna run to her house real quick. I'll be back. Left, right? And I'm also gonna have to ask him. I might have a video where I'm gonna ask him like his thoughts and what his thought process was. I'm pretty sure he didn't think that I was about to tell him that I was pregnant. So we'll have a conversation with him about that because I want to know where his mindset was. Because to me, well, we'll get there. So I drive up the street to my mom's house, run in her house, and I had the pregnancy test. I was trying to find something to reenact, but I had the pregnancy test in my hand, and I literally like shoved it. It was so weird because she was also in the kitchen cooking. It was a lot going on, and I was like, "What do you see?" And I think like when she kind of like gathered herself and looked, and she was like, "Oh," I think she was like, I think she was just like Kia or something like that. She was like, She either said Kia, or she was like, I don't think she said, oh no. Yeah, I think she said my name. I think she was just like, Kia. And I was like, what do you see? Like, what do you see what I'm seeing? And then my mom's boyfriend, which I'm really close to, he walks in. So then I got super duper nervous because, like, like I said, he's like an older brother to me. Like, that's weird because it's her boyfriend, but I knew him like, we knew before they got together. He was like an older brother. So now, like, okay, this is getting a bit scrambled, but just gonna keep going. I just got like a little nervous because I'm like, shoving this pregnancy test, in my mom's face. And so when he comes in, I kind of even got even more nervous, and I was, oh my God, like, I'm gonna have to tell him I'm pregnant, because it really did not hit me yet still. And I kind of was trying to hide it, but I was being super duper like weird. And he was like, what's wrong with you? And my mom was like, you might as well tell him. And I'm like, bro, you just don't put me out there. She's like, you might as well tell him. And so I did the same thing to him. I showed him, and he was like, and I think he was like, you're pregnant or something like that. I think he was like, you're pregnant? And I was like, yes. And I bursted out, and I was like, I started laughing and crying at the same time. It was so weird, but I was literally laughing and crying at the same time. And then my mom, the first thing she was like was, that's probably why you've been so moody. Because if you remember, originally that same day, earlier in the day, I had a bad day at work. I left early, right? I got into it with my mom. I got into it with my husband. So it was just like a lot going on in that one day. And so she was like basically saying like, okay, makes sense. Your freaking hormones were everywhere. So then she asked me, well, what did Dalen say? And I was like, it was funny because when she said that, it kind of like snapped me back. And I was like, I didn't tell him. And she was like, girl, she was like, if you don't go home, she was like, tell him, and y'all need to go to the store together, buy a digital one, and then like take another test basically. Because I didn't tell him. I literally ran to my mom's house because I didn't want to, I don't know. I also didn't want to tell him if I was wrong. And so I needed her set of eyes. It was later asked to me, like, why didn't you just, like, he was like, why didn't you just show me? I was like, because like I needed her eyes. I don't know, but just something. I needed my mother to look at it and tell me if she saw what I saw or not. So we came home. I came home. I think I laid it, put it on like the table or the counter or whatever. And I called his name, and I had, him look, and he looked at it. And I was like, yeah, I was like, my mom said we should go to the store and buy a digital one, just to be sure. And he was super duper calm. And that's why I said I want to have a conversation with him, because he told me he was actually like screaming inside, but he was super calm. Like, he was like, okay, like, yeah, let's, okay, let's do that. So we went to Kroger. We got a digital one. I got one the clear blue one that says pregnant or not pregnant. Because at that point, after seeing the double lines, I needed to know pregnant or not. I didn't want to see no lines, because sometimes the lines can be off or wrong or whatever. And so I was like, I need the words. I needed to say pregnant or not. So we went, got a clear blue test. I peed again after like an hour or two, and it popped up pregnant. And it was funny because we were like, when it was time to check it, we both looked at it and it said pregnant, and we were like, oh. Like, I remember we was like, oh, it's real. Like, it really kind of hit us in that moment. And we was like, oh, okay. Like, oh, snap. You're really pregnant. I'm really pregnant. Type situation. So that was the story of just how I found out I was pregnant. And yeah, so now I have my baby. Like I said, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to talk a little bit about my pregnancy journey. And then I'm also going to have a separate video of my labor and delivery. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, please put in the comments, you could put a baby emoji or put the pregnant emoji in the comments, because I want to know. I want to know if you guys are liking what I'm dishing out there. And so yes, if you made it this far, please comment below. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you, I don't know when, because this mommy thing is hard. And let me tell y'all, I have been trying to get back into YouTubing for a while. But I just been trying to adjust to being a mom. So I'll see you when I see you. You guys enjoy.